Southwest to suggest. I ain't gotta shut the cell off cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad big pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your door and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'ma replace those. Never save no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put the numbers on the board, let me keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God. Big numbers, 100 in a bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the big skin when he stretch your distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause I know like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This is taken at his 4.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
You said what? Game ain't start yet.
Check 53.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson going to get this out to Brown.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 25 on 2nd down.
Let's go. Tackle him, bro.
Flush to his right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Jackson, options out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Williams, he was solid in Week 9, the win over Minnesota. 12 carries, 125 yards, and a score. But that really only tells part of the story. He broke off a 91-yard touchdown run, the longest in the NFL thus far this season.
Yellow, on the line. Don't get nervous now. We begin to clear you up.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. He's at the 40. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flushed out right. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. We're scoreless after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. A quick throw here out to Brown. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot. They dialed up the pressure and got to him.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Escaping the pressure right. And it's complete to Kelsey. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll try and run. This is Williams. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Williams will try again. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
Should I take this back down?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13.
Let's go.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A third down gain of 19. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Ingram again. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. This will be caught by Brown. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flushed out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mahomes going to throw.
No, that was
incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Let's go.
3rd down,
Let's go.
You got to try to find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Let's go. I'm so good.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On 4th down, Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
Let's go.
Ball batted in the air, now it's intercepted.
Let it drop.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
I'm probably not going to take this all the way back.
And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one,
why did he go over there?
Exclamation point on a terrific game.
That made no sense.
Hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They complete it to Hill. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And that's caught inside the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Again, it's McCoy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Back to throw, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. He connected on his first, this from 41. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Alex Okafor in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they said?
Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got 0.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately... He's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Left, 120. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You don't want nothing.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown LA. Todd Gurley, 75 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
That's so sad. I don't even know who
First
that
play
right
in the
tackle
game,
is.
CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Good ball at 35.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And that'll set them back 5.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
No.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
180. 4 now. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Pilot, 64. Weak.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 43-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll out of defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Goff. He'll fire one in zone. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, 31 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Yellow, yellow.
reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
He can't throw. I'm done, bro. It's my last